Yo, what's up? My name is Rich. Welcome back to another video. This video right here is pretty special to me because I got my homie Garrett with me. Garrett, you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Yeah, what's up, everyone? My name is Garrett. I've known Rich for quite a while, sometime, at least online. Actually met in person for the first time, like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But to tell you a little bit about myself, I've been selling on Amazon full time for about 4.5, 5 years. It's been going great. But that's pretty much all I do. Do a little bit of content on social media, a little YouTube channel. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
Yeah, so I think you started about 5 years ago because I met you about 4 years ago and you was already like a year in.
Yeah,
And the way I even met Garrett was just because I got into reselling. I was already doing all the apparel printing stuff and I got into reselling. I just started on YouTube. I had less than 1,000 subscribers. Garrett literally helped me. Like, this video means a lot to me because Garrett literally helped me on YouTube. A lot of people don't know that a lot of my content started off with reselling content. And then he's also helped me a lot on the Amazon end too. Like, he helped me with YouTube and then he helped me with flipping and reselling and understanding how to sell Amazon. So appreciate you, Garrett.
got you, man. I got you. You blowing me out of the water now on social media. But yeah, we used to even do some content together. We had a series called what do we call it
It
again?
was
Arbitrage
arbitrage
Wars.
wars. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you had like 800 or 1,000 subscribers or something like that. But then you blew up. So congrats to you on putting in that work.
All right, so for those of y'all who don't know, this is honestly the reason why I'm kind of getting back to this. I kind of understand why Gary Vee even went back to like flipping because like when you start a business and whatnot, like especially in like apparel and printing and whatnot, there's a lot of skill involved, like learning how to build a website, a t-shirt design, creating the product, marketing it and whatnot. And taking it back to the roots of just like flipping is really easy and you can do it at scale like this the same way Gary has done it. Like I think he's probably gonna cross like 7 figures this year with like reselling, wholesaling, all kinds of stuff. But it's so easy because like you can sell a product that already has demand. You don't have to worry about marketing. You don't have to worry about building a website and whatnot. And I think this instills like a lot of hope in people. I think that's like why Gary Vee was doing it. Like it instills a lot of hope in people who like lost faith in their business and they had to go back to their 9 to 5. But like if you're able to go out in the streets and flip something real quick, it like puts that like confidence back in you. Like, man, I just made $50 today. I just made $100 today. So Garrett, talk to me about like how you can like just walk in the store, see like so a lot of people might not know this, but flipping is literally a coin term, has become a term coined as retail arbitrage because you go into a retail store and do some arbitrage.
Yeah. So like Rich was saying, there's just with reselling, it's such a great opportunity because you almost get immediate results and feedback. So basically how I do stuff with reselling, I started off going into even places like Goodwill, retail stores like the Nike outlets, Adidas outlets, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, Ross, all those discount stores. And basically I'm just going in there trying to find products that I can sell on Amazon at a profit. And like Rich said, the great thing is about, especially with all these platforms, is they provide us with the data, right? We can see how fast a product's selling. We can see the average sale price that product's been selling at. So our only job as a reseller is to find products that are in demand at a low enough buy cost that we can flip it for a profit, right? And it's just a really good way to snowball money. And you can go on to bigger and better things even within reselling, like getting into wholesale, buying truckloads of product. But I basically started at the Goodwills, discount stores, the outlets, and I still do a bit of that stuff here today as well. So yeah, that's retail arbitrage. I also do online arbitrage. So essentially taking that same concept online, going to retailers, Nike.com, Eastbay, all those big websites, or doing the same exact thing, finding products that we can buy, whether that's using coupons, going to sales events, all that good stuff, building in that margin that we can then go ahead and flip those products for a profit.
So how did you get started and how much did you start with?
I actually started, so I was working at FedEx as a package handler. So I was making like $12.60 an hour. So I didn't really have a ton of money. And I was trying all the different ways to make money with marketing stuff and all that stuff. Nothing worked. And I came across a video on YouTube showing that you could actually flip used books on Amazon. And I was like, there's no way that works, but what do I have to lose? You go into Goodwill, spend 50 cents a dollar on a book. Worst case, you're out, 10, 20 bucks. So I started off going to Goodwills and just scanning books, used books, buying them. I'd send them off to Amazon, and literally the first shipment I sent in, once it checked in that first day, I sold 2 of the used books. So I was like, okay, this is working. So I only had like $1,500 saved up when I was starting. But when I started, I still lived at home. I was going to college, all that good stuff. So I just quit FedEx immediately and took that $1,500 and started buying a bunch of used books and just kept turning the money, got into retail arbitrage, and kind of scaled up from there.
That's insane, man. So I do want to get into like some next level stuff because like you've helped me out with this too. Like, so there's more than one way to do things. I know, as far as like recently, a lot of people think like you got to ship out a lot of different products. Like you get the item and then you either got to ship it directly to the customer or you can ship like packages to Amazon. But there's whole other things on top of it, like using prep centers and stuff like that. Like what you've been able to help me out with, like a lot of people don't know this, but ever since we met like 3-4 years ago, Garret will hit me up like every once in a while, like, hey man, I got this big wholesale order. It's a good price. You want to get in on it and we'll split it. And like we can I know most of his distributors already have it prepped to go like directly to the center and we don't even have to do anything. All we have to do is pretty much buy it and ship it to Amazon. So you want to tell them like a little bit more about like how they can get into like wholesale and stuff like that?
Right. So yeah, the good thing about Amazon is they have that fulfillment by Amazon program. So they're whenever a customer orders, they're shipping out that order to the customer. We don't have to pick, pack, prep any of that stuff. But one thing you do have to do is when you have to prep the product. So whether that's putting a FNSKU sticker on it, poly bag, bubble wrap, get it prepped to then be able to send it off to Amazon. So I was getting tired of doing that after a good three years in, and I was like, there's got to be a better way. And that's when I got introduced into prep centers, which is basically a third party company that you can send your products to, and they prep it for you and ship it off to Amazon. So especially in the tax-free states, that's definitely beneficial when doing stuff like ordering online because we're saving on sales tax. So if I'm spending $100 on a pair of shoes to flip on Amazon, my tax rate here in Arizona is about 8%. So I'm saving $8 and I'm paying anywhere from $1 to $1.50 to the prep center. So it's a net savings to me. And I don't have to do any of that hard labor that I just didn't like doing. And the second thing is I've started working with a lot of wholesalers and distributors and worked out deals with them to where they actually send the products to Amazon on my behalf. And I actually have a brand direct deal that I do order directly from the brand wholesale wise. And they're shipping my products direct to Amazon for me as well. So I tend to not prep a lot of stuff my own. It all gets sent to a prep center or the wholesaler ship it directly into Amazon. And then once it starts selling, Amazon ships it and handles everything, even the returns. If a customer wants to return something, Amazon handles it, gets it listed back up on your account, and then you just sell it over again. So yeah, it's been awesome. Definitely freed up a ton of my time.
Dude, that's crazy. So what can someone expect if like they were starting small? Like it sounds like a lot of capital is needed for something like that. What if someone had like $500, $1,000 or something to start an Amazon business?
Yeah, pretty much the great thing about Amazon is it offers you, there's so many different ways to source product, right? So if you have $500, you could literally sign up for the free Amazon sellers account. A lot of people don't know there's a free option because Amazon promotes that $39.99 a month. So if I was just starting with $500, I'd go for that free option and I would just basically get the bare necessities. If you have a printer, just order up the 5-up labels that you can actually print out through a printer. You don't need any fancy equipment. Get the Amazon Sellers app, which is free with a selling account. And then I'd get out there and start scanning products and just start flipping that $500 over and over. The best way to do that would either be going to like selling used items like used books, or just going straight to Walmart's, Target's, looking at the clearance aisles, getting that money or those products and flipping it quick. Because when you have that low of amount of money, you want to turn it as fast as possible, get those profits back, and just keep snowballing it. And that's how you really see rapid growth.
Yeah, man. I remember whenever you sent me like, I would say probably like in the very beginning, even when I met you, you was already doing like 10, 20 grand a month. and then now you're doing beyond 6 figures a month. It's just kind of crazy to see from that 4 or 5 year range. So it's I don't
And
know,
the good
man.
thing is, like you were like, if someone has $500 to start, once you start getting the snowball turning and you get confidence, you know what you're doing, you know how to source products correctly, then you can start utilizing tools like credit cards. Amazon has a lending program. Once you're about 6 months of selling on Amazon, you start getting small loan offers. And the great thing about those is they don't actually attach to your personal credit. So I take the Amazon loans whenever they offer them to me because it doesn't impact my credit. It's instantly wired into your bank account within 24 hours. So the main thing is, if you have a low amount of money to start, just get started, learn the process, learn the platform, learn how to sell items, ship them, prep them, all that good stuff. And then just keep reinvesting that money over and over again. Then once you gain that confidence and the skill set, you can then start using leverage, whether that's credit cards, taking those Amazon loans, establish a business. You can start looking for lines of credit from the bank. So there's a lot of options. So don't get discouraged if you only have $500 to start. It's not a ton of money, but you can definitely get the ball rolling with $500 for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I was saying it's amazing because like don't get me wrong, like this is why like I'm reintroducing everybody so they can get that confidence back up in the sales because it's so easy to get sales whenever you're selling something like a Nike or Under Armour, things that people already want. There's already marketing for it as a known brand. It don't even have to be that. There's like tons of other things you can sell. Like literally look around your house and you can find a distributor or the
Oh, yeah.
wholesaler to purchase the actual item and sell it yourself. And man, it's just been an incredible. It's also been a great way for me to build capital. See, a lot of people don't know this neither because, like, when Garrett hits me up for these wholesale deals, like I always say yes because at the very, very least, I'll make my money back and I churn so much cash flow just by being able to do so. So that's also honestly like a little bit of a credit hack. So
Yeah, and people
really,
don't even realize, like, when you're buying inventory, if you know how to utilize different ways to like just get cash back, right? You can get a
mhm,
2% cash back credit card. You can use different discount websites that get you cash back online. Like I just got a Rakuten check for like $4,500, and that's just from the last 3 months of purchasing products online. So that's just basically extra cash flow coming in. So there's a lot of ways you can do hacks and stuff, like you said, too. And plus your credit limits just start going through the roof because you're spending on them, you're paying them off. Like it's crazy how much some of these credit cards will start to raise your limits just from you paying back the credit on time. So
yeah, it's pretty crazy. So, for anybody who's like still struggling with the printing business or apparel business, I think this is a great way for you to build up some credit. It's a great way for you to get like your confidence back, and then like, even like take from some of that capital and then reinvest it into your printing business, because that's basically what I did in a sense. I got into reselling has pretty much been always a part of my life. I think any and every entrepreneur I've ever met, like as a kid or like before whatever business they got into, has some kind of history of like selling something in high school or buying this and flipping it. So it's always been a part of my life. And then like I got into it. That's how I made the YouTube content. And I was like, man, I got to get back into like my actual business. It was taking like a little bit of time away and whatnot. But now, you know, doing wholesale and like the online thing and finding a process for that, like with the prep centers and all that, has helped out a lot.
right.
So I'm very happy to reintroduce you to the whole channel. So hopefully you guys are able to go follow Garrett. We're doing workshops now. You can visit the link down below for the free training. What else, man? What do you want to add?
Yeah, like just to focus in more on what you were saying about how it's a good way to build capital for other ventures, right? The good thing about reselling on any platform, especially Amazon, is your business almost cash flows immediately if you're buying the right products. It's not like a business or that you have to start, invest a lot of money, and you're not seeing a return on that money for 12 months down the line. Like, on Amazon, if you buy a product today, it could be sold within a couple days and you're getting that money back in 2 weeks. So it's definitely a great way to build a great cash flow machine that you can then take those profits and invest it in other businesses or the stock market, real estate, t-shirts, all that good stuff. But yeah, definitely, it's definitely a nice business, especially if you have the knowledge that you need to
Yeah,
source the
honestly,
right product.
it's so amazing. I mean, before I was about to close it out, but then I was just thinking about like when we had the wholesale, like you were saying, it could sell tomorrow, but and then like we had the wholesale order on the bicycles. As soon as like
Yeah,
it checks in, it sells the same day. Like so, as soon as it gets to the Amazon warehouse, where Amazon's
right.
like, we got it, and it's just like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
it's
don't
just
think
amazing.
people realize the scale of Amazon. Like, if you get a product that's ranked well, has a lot of good reviews, like once that item checks into Amazon, you could potentially, depending on the product, like I have one product right now that I bought wholesale. That's literally, I think yesterday I sold 180 units, and today I'm at like 160. So 180 units in one day from one product, right? And I'm making about $4 profit on each sale. So that's just one product. So I don't think people realize once you get those good products that sell fast, like once it checks in, they just fly. Like it's crazy.
It is crazy. So for everybody who's watching, I appreciate y'all watching. I just want to reintroduce this to the channel. Apparel and printing and all that's not going anywhere. But you know, if you're still struggling with that, I want y'all to get some confidence back. And I'm putting all this back, and I'm gonna even clip in some of the content that we did together and stuff like that. And then make sure y'all check out Garret Roselle. Is it Roselle? Roselle? I feel
Roselle.
bad. Roselle.
Yes,
And
sir.
then we have the training amzarbitrageuniversity.com. And then I wanted to do something cool before I cut it off. Ha ha. So make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe, and we're gonna see y'all next time.
Later, y'all. Oh, you got the lights going.